Let's start here back with the OWASP top 10. And we're looking at the number 7 risk out of those top 10, missing function level access controls. And this is logically where that fits into the course. OWASP says function level access controls because they're trying to demonstrate that it's not just about, say, a URL that's missing an access control. Authorization can be much more granular than that. And in fact, as we progress through this module, you'll see some nuances in how access controls need to be implemented. Now, the thing that really stands out here is the exploitability. So just how easy it is to compromise a system that's done a poor job of their access controls. And I'd like to give you an example of that. So let's jump back over to the web browser. And we're looking at the robots.txt file. Now, I touched on this a little bit earlier on in the course, but let's recap on it very briefly here. The robots file is intended to provide instructions to crawlers on what they should index and also what they shouldn't index. And in this case, we've got a bunch of disallowed directives. So for example, that last one is trying to keep crawlers away from /API/admin/users. The reason why it would be trying to keep those crawlers away is probably pretty self-explanatory based on the path you see here. But of course, for us as ethical hackers, it begs the question, might we be able to access this resource? Let's copy that, paste it into the URL, and see what happens. And this is a very good example of missing access controls. Here we have all the members of the system, their names, email addresses, and of course their passwords. This is exactly what you do not want to see in your own system, but it does provide for a rather dramatic demo. It is, however, also a pretty basic demo, and whilst that goes to the point that OWASP was making in terms of the exploitability being easy, that's not always the case. Let's move on, and I want to give you an example of an insufficient access control.